YouTube, what it do? Ricky Unboxed here, back with yet another banger, and today we're going to be unboxing the Pixel Watch 2. This is the newest watch from Google. Before you know it, there'll be Pixel Watch 3, but let's get into number 2. Now, as you can see, I'm diving into this ever so regular box, and I got the Pixel 2 watch here. It features the watch on the front, Google Pixel with the little Google logo. We got some writing here on the side, a little tab there, you can hook it onto the shelf, and Google on the other side. Then you got your details there at the bottom. One thing about this box though, I was having some crazy difficulties figuring out how to get this box open, guys. Like, I was like going through it, and finally I realized there's a little tab there, bruh. So we hit that tab and it opens up. This is a very unique box layout, you guys are gonna see in a second. I've never opened a box like this before, so bear with me as I struggle with you guys here. So it opens up kind of like a book, but then also like, yeah, you see what I mean? Like it kind of goes out in the middle, the watch is in the middle. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but then these tabs, I thought they came out, so I was pulling at it and I dang near almost ripped it open to find out that it's just a little lift off tab. So one side you got your charger, USB-C, and then it has obviously the little magnetic part, which is kind of weird. It features like these little spikes in it. I'm going to show you guys in a second. The weird thing about this charger is that you almost have to, you can only connect it one way. We're going to get into that more a little bit later, but obviously we got our setup guide, how to detach the bracelet or the band, and then also we have in another booklet just our warning guides, battery safety, just a standard safety manual that comes with every product. So on the other side you have this band. This is obviously just a longer band, so this would be your large band, and then the one that comes on the watch would be like the small to medium. But let's go ahead and take it out of the holster there. So it's pretty snug there in the holster that it comes with, and then it has this little protective plastic case over top the watch. But we're going to get into the charger before we get into the watch itself. So this is what I'm talking about here. So you know, the cable's pretty long. It's like a 3-foot cable, and then we're just going to go ahead and take off the packaging that comes over the watch. You can see that beautiful watch for the first time. It's a nice little packaging, it's not bad. And that is it, guys. There is the watch face, Google Pixel Watch 2. Honestly, first impressions, it looks very similar to last year's model. The only difference is you're gonna see on the bottom, or on the back, I guess you can say, the way you charge this watch, it feels like we went backwards. Like, I don't know, I don't like the prongs where you have to, you kind of only can charge it one way and you got to stick the prongs in. It's kind of a weird little setup. I'm going to show you guys here in a bit. But to take off the watch band, it's the same way. You got to push that button down and it slides out. Cool little mechanism. And then to put it back in, you just hovered over that same button and then slide it over. So this is what I'm talking about. So it's snug in right with the charger, but then you can only apply the charger in one direction, which is very weird. Now I'm going to go on a hunch and say that this watch is not supporting wireless charging because it has those prongs, but at least we get our charger and it still supports fast charging. Here we are for the first time turning on that Google Pixel Watch, and there it is. It took quite a bit of time for it to start, I'm not gonna lie. It was at least over a minute. I don't know, I guess because it was the initial startup. But as soon as you get it on and you get the phone in proximity, you kind of can pair it up, and then you go through the quick little setup, skip through all of that, and here we are. So it's kind of the same band design where you got to loop it through. It's nice and snug. We got that 41mm display, and the watch is nice. First impressions, it's very smooth. I think it's honestly, I never lie to you guys ever. The watch is very glitchy in my opinion. It took a little bit of time for it to kind of smoothen out, and you're gonna see throughout the video it's very, I don't know if it's because it's not running a really good chip or what it is, but the watch can be very glitchy at times. And I'm almost certain the predecessor to this watch as well had similar issues. So Google, yeah, let's get it together. You got flashlight feature, pretty standard. I like the red. It's very nice, very vibrant. And then we also have some other small little features like this camera app or this camera feature on the Pixel Watch. And it's really cool. You can kind of set your phone up, say you want to spy on somebody or you want to, catch somebody in the act. I don't know. You can set your phone up in a room and then use the camera app on the watch, and then you can view the screen from the watch, which is kind of cool. And then this watch has been upgraded to 1000 nits of brightness. You're not going to have any issues out in the sun. And you also have that adaptive brightness depending on where you are. Battery life on this watch has yet said to been improved as well. All day battery works pretty well. It works fine. I get throughout the day really easily on one charge. And then if you just slide up, you get your notifications. Very easy to navigate on this watch, I'm not going to lie. And if you slide through, you have your daily steps, sort of your fitness throughout the day, your heart rate, and that's been said to been improved as well. 40% more accurate with the new chip and the new design that they have implemented in this watch. You can go through and kind of see some of the activities you can do, as well as your calendar, the weather. I don't know why when I set up the watch, it was still in Fahrenheit, which was weird. I had put it to Celsius, but for some reason it went back to Fahrenheit. But after a bit of time, it had switched back over, so that's not a problem. But let's go ahead and look at some of these watch faces. So you have some analog watch faces, which is kind of cool. You can switch the position where you want it to. This one's called Adventure. Nice little subtle green. It's very smooth. Like the displays are really nice. I like the way, you see how it's kind of glitchy there? You guys can see. But I like how simple the designs are on this watch, and I like how the seconds doesn't stop. Like it's very smooth. It goes right around. You can kind of see on their analog faces. I think they're really big on analog faces for this watch. But as you can see, guys, I'm switching through watch faces and it's very, very glitchy. Like, I don't know what's going on with this thing, guy. It's so glitchy. Yeah, so there's a lot of watch faces to choose from, though. There's a wide variety, which is always nice. And you also have a little plus symbol here. You can see a lot more watch faces. But I'm going to go to my favorite, the coin centric. I'm sure you guys seen it from the thumbnail. This one to me is always really cool. I like the way it spins around in that direction. It's really cool to me. And then you have your always on display where some of it starts to shut down. Really nice. But again, you can see it gets a little bit of a glitchy. But once it gets going, it's good. I think because the watch is still starting out, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's because it's a brand new watch and it still needs to load up some of the applications that are on the watch. But yeah, you can kind of customize these as well. You can change the color of them. You can change the color. You can change the dials, the way it's set up. I was having some technical difficulties trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to have it set up. But you can see, so I think I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, there. So we get it to the middle. I don't really like that one that much. It looks very plain for some reason. Nah. But see, guys, maybe you just need to take a little bit of time. But yeah, you hold it down, you can customize it and change it. But I think I'm going to go with the other one where you can see the application. Look at this again. Oh, my word. It's very hard to... It's very... Okay, so yeah, we're going to put it to this one. We're going to leave it green. And... Holy cow. Let's see if it's going to load up. Okay, so it's just very kind of it's a little bit of a slow watch to me. It's still the new... Reminder to move. Okay, it's still in the newer stages, so you can't really bash it too much. This is only the second watch, right? Google is trying to catch up with all the competing smartwatches out there. They're doing a fantastic job. I'm not going to bash them too much, but the watch definitely needs, I think, a more powerful chip, I don't know what it is, but this chip is very weak in terms of performance, but it's a work in progress. We're gonna get there. And just to compare to my Apple Watch, you can see the difference in display. That is, I believe it's a 45 millimeter versus a 41 millimeter. So you can kind of see the size difference. Some people don't really like to go with the bigger watch face because they can say it looks a little bulky on your wrist. But to me, I've gotten used to it. Both watch faces are perfectly nice, very subtle. I think the Google Pixel watch face is a little bit more subtle to me. It's less loud, less aggressive, but it's still a beautiful option in my opinion. That's everything I have for the Google Pixel 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But without further ado, peace out, take care, and as always, much love.